Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is once again directed by Jeff Fowler, and this time sees the introduction of Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves. And here, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite against a powerful new adversary, Shadow, a mysterious villain with powers unlike anything they've ever faced before. With their abilities outmatched, Team Sonic must seek out an unlikely alliance. But before we get into the rest of the video, I do want to give a special thank you to the sponsor, Displate. Displate is a unique metal poster designed to capture all your passions. It's a refreshing alternative to paper posters and canvas prints. There are over 2 million artworks available in the Displate catalog. You can discover new original art or choose from officially licensed designs from the likes of Star Wars, Marvel, Elden Ring, Call of Duty, Warhammer, The Witcher, Netflix, and many other iconic brands and franchises. It's tool-free, safe for your walls, and super quick. Each Displate comes with a magnet kit, so everything you need comes in the box. There's no drilling, no holes, and no frustration. You can mount your displates with a sticker leaf and a magnet that takes seconds. Swap your displates anytime you want. Simply take off your metal poster and slap another one on the same magnet. It's so easy. And Displate has also launched a new product line called Displate Textra, which is pushing the boundaries of what metal posters can be. From now on, premium print finishes will be available without limitations in a vast selection of pop culture metal posters called Displate Textra. A smart and personalized usage of the following effects achieves this premium and unique look: tactile textures, 3D contours, selective matte and gloss effects, and it's now available in large sizes. And if you visit the link in the description below, you can get 1 displate for 16% off, 2 displates for 21% off, or 3 or more displates for 26% off. This is not valid on Lumino, limited edition, or Textra. So definitely check out that link in the description below. It's an incredible deal. Thank you so much to Displate for sponsoring this video. I've had a surprising experience with this trilogy because it genuinely feels like yesterday that first teaser dropped and we were all like, what the hell is going on with Sonic's face? And they fixed it. And it really doesn't feel like any time has passed since then. I don't understand what's going on with time, but it's crazy right now. Nothing makes sense. Here we are 3 movies in. The Sonic movies are officially a trilogy. And I've enjoyed each one of them on their own terms for various reasons. They capture the Sonic characters like I know and love them from the video games I played as a kid, and they're pretty much the only place I can see Jim Carrey in a movie anymore, which is unfortunate. I'd love to see more of him, and I'm glad he's back, but we get to see him as Dr. Robotnik once again, as well as Gerald Robotnik, so we get double Jim Carrey 2 for the price of 1. And once again, all the biggest laughs in the movie belong to him. He's working his ass off in this film as usual. He's dancing in absurd sequences with lasers. He's riffing in scenes with himself, and he's just doing a fantastic job as usual. I love that man, and I want to see him in more films, please. If you enjoyed the first 2 Sonic movies, you're probably going to enjoy this as well. It's made by the same team. They got Sonic right 2 times in a row, as well as Tails and last time Knuckles. And the introduction of Shadow here is really the draw, though. Keanu Reeves voicing him. This is a fan favorite character. He's probably my favorite as well, and I loved him in the film. I thought Keanu did a fantastic job. They did a great job harnessing his backstory, presenting him as someone who has a past that's dark and evil, but has potential for hope. They really got him right. The film's first 30 minutes are so good. I was genuinely like, wow, this is the best Sonic movie so far. There's an incredible fight sequence in Japan. There's a great motorbike chase that had some shots reminiscent of Akira, and everything looked amazing, and the film had a very good forward momentum to it. Where things stall a bit is in the introduction of mini backstories. We've got to learn about the new Robotnik, we've got to learn about Shadow's backstory, and at the same time, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails are on their own little mission, and so everything is happening in different parts of the Earth and different times, because we're flashing back to Shadow when he was young, and we're learning a little bit more about Robotnik's family history, and so the movie has a bit of a messy beginning to its second act, where you're waiting for the movie to reclaim that great momentum it started with. But once they establish where Shadow came from, and once they get a little more out of Dr. Robotnik's family history, the movie picks up again considerably, and the third act is awesome. There's tons of action, really great fight sequences, and the stakes for the finale were super high, and they did a great job establishing all of that. The film also has a lot of really fun callbacks to the games, and I noticed more of them in this film than I did in the others. Not to an annoying extent, but they fit really well. Like, for instance, there's an early race where Sonic is positive he's going to beat Tails and Knuckles, but when he gets to the finish line, Tails and Knuckles have beaten him, and they're just waiting, tapping their feet. Because if you let Sonic go idle for too long in the games, he starts tapping his foot because he's impatient. And it's a really fun callback. There was also a lot of great moments in the musical score that I loved hearing. The weakest element of the movie is really just trying to balance a lot of those backstories with the forward momentum of our present day story, and the fact that these films all have that kind of "what are we going to do now" dialogue that we get in some of these like weaker MCU films and movies like this that are more aimed at children. You know, stuff like "the energy readings are off the charts, Sonic, what are we going to do?" Stuff like that, that you just are like, it's one of those movies and that's fine. The point is, we've now had 3 Sonic films that seem to capture the essence of the character, that have very good action, made by a team that digs the character and knows it. In fact, Jeff Fowler, the director, actually worked a little bit on the game that's right behind me, Shadow the Hedgehog, that I played on GameCube when I was a kid. So he's been around the block and he knows this character inside and out, and I think that's really great. So if the film had maintained that great propulsion that the first act had, this easily would have been my favorite Sonic movie. Instead, I think it's a really good Sonic movie that's about as good as all of them, really. I enjoy all of these movies, and I think they've made a really good trilogy, and it looks like they're going to try to make another one. And if it's the same team, I don't doubt that it'll at least be very entertaining. Like I said earlier, if you enjoyed the first 2 movies, you know exactly what you're in for. If you didn't like either of those films, you're probably going to feel the exact same way this time around. So if you've seen Sonic 3, let me know what you thought of it. If you're a big fan of the franchise or the video games, let me know if you caught anything that excited you. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.